Hi, this is Kim Copeland coming to you again here from my studio on Music Row in Nashville. I want to talk to you today about performance energy. How many times have you said, or have you read in interviews or heard artists say, man, I come alive when I get on the stage. I just live for those 2 hours on stage every night and feeding off of the audience energy. So my question for you is, what comes first? The artist energy or the audience energy? That's what we need to talk about today, and how you can totally take your performance and your artist career to a new level by increasing your performance energy and by bringing forth a more honest stage energy. Now, when you're a new artist, let's say, and you may be lucky enough to have the benefit of opening for a major act that has a built-in audience that's there to see them, and therefore some of that enthusiasm is going to transfer to you. And you may not have to work as hard for it. But until you have those big opening gigs, you're going to have to be responsible for selling yourself to the audience yourself. And sometimes that's the hardest thing that an artist does in their whole career. Sometimes they have the musicianship down, the singing down, the performance down, but not the entertainment value. Until you're opening for major label acts, it's up to you to sell yourself to an audience. Now, your songs are certainly a very valuable tool to impress the audience with your artistry, but the problem is they're not going to hear your songs until you make them look at you. They're not going to listen until they look. Your vocal style, your musicianship, all of the strengths that you have as an artist are wonderful tools, and they will help, but you have to learn how to use them to get the audience to look at you before they listen. They have to see you first. So let's say you're not a headlining act yet. Let's say that you're an indie act, or you're performing at a new venue that doesn't have a built-in audience who knows who you are yet. Your live performance is benefited by the fact that you have visual as well as audio. So you need to learn how to use that visual to really attract attention. So I'm going to give you some pointers on how to do that. First, I want you to be very aware of how you walk on stage. Your body language when you walk on the stage tells the audience what kind of show they can expect from you. A timid artist will sometimes draw the sympathy or the encouragement from the audience, but only if you have the songs and the voice to back it up. They'll only stay with you so long. A cocky entrance, a confident entrance, a bad boy image, may be cool, that may get their attention, but they'll only stay with you if you can back that up with your songs, with your music, with your delivery and your performance. Eye contact is very important. Whether or not you look at the audience, whether or not you make eye contact with them, or you're looking at your guitar or off to the side or up and away, tells them a lot about who you are as an artist. And that's the first impression that they get that may be hard to shake. Once you figure out who you are as an artist, then it's very important that you clearly define your image and that you clearly express that image to the audience, because you're introducing yourself to them and they don't know who you are. You have to make them want to learn who you are. Okay? So body language is very important. Don't swagger if you can't back it up. Don't be too timid if you're going to let the audience ignore you or override you. So be confident in who you are and make sure that your image expresses that to them before you ever strike a chord or sing a note. The next tool that you have at your discretion in live performance is facial expression. Always assume that somebody's watching, because one person in that audience is always going to be paying attention even when you think nobody is. And that person can make 5 other people look. And those 5 people who look can eventually make the whole room look at you. You know how it is. We see a line, we get in it. We see somebody looking at something, we all turn our eyes to that. So you have to attract the attention of one person. Facial expression is a good way to do that. If you're happy, show you're happy. If you're scared, hide it. Don't let them see it. Show them something interesting enough to make them look and to make them want to nudge the person next to them and get them looking at you as well. Body language we've talked about a little bit walking on stage. How you carry yourself once you're in your performance, your body language is very, very important too. How do you hold your guitar or the microphone? How do you move on stage? How do you walk? How do you sell the songs that you're singing? Remember that every performance is acting, whether you're doing ballet, theater, musical theater, or singing. all performance is acting. It's your job to act as the narrator and guide this audience through the story, through the show. They expect you to know the way and to show them the beauty of the journey. So it's all on you to impress upon them where you're going and to then guide them through it. Here's some other ways to help solidify your artist image and improve the audience interaction with your show. Claim your space. You have to demand attention. To draw their attention, you have to demand it. Your movement should be bigger than life. Always play to the back of the house. When I say claim your space, I don't just mean a confident stance. I mean all of your movements with your guitar, with the microphone, with your facial expressions, with your head movements, with your voice. Demand attention. Refuse to be ignored by the audience. Okay? Enunciate. When you're singing your songs, use your diction and your enunciation to express the emotion. You know, you can whisper, and that can express tenderness or vulnerability. You can scream, and that can express frustration or anger. I know that a part of this is song delivery, and it overlaps, and there's another video on that you should check out. But think about your vocal expressions and your enunciation tied to your facial expressions. Okay? Another tool is your physical movement. Obviously, you may want to, sway to an R&B song or a pop song and challenge yourself to get the whole audience swaying with you. They will, and there's nothing more powerful than the feeling of being able to control an audience and how they react to your music. And some of that happens with audio, obviously, but a huge part of it is visual at a live show. So take advantage of that. Be the puppet master. Try and encourage them to be involved with you and to copy your movements. If you're doing punk rock, then certainly if you bounce, the audience is going to bounce with you. So be aware of your physical movement, not just your body language and how you carry yourself, but how you move in relationship to the music and how you guide them to move with you. We've talked about acting the song out. I can't express that enough. All performance is acting. If you act it and you express the emotion through all of these things that we've talked about, your audience is going to buy it. When you go to a movie, you don't expect to see that person playing themselves. You want to forget who they are. You want to buy into that character so much. That's what people expect at a live show. They come to be entertained. They want to buy into what you're selling them. They don't want to know that you bought bread at the same store they did last week. That's not special. You need to be bigger than life on stage. They need to forget who you are and buy into the persona that you're selling them that day. So act the song out. Act every line of the song out. Act the whole show out. Be the narrator and guide them through this journey of your show. Entertain them. A stage is a podium, and nobody walks on stage not to get noticed. No matter how shy you are, no matter what you tell yourself, you are on that stage because you want to be noticed. So claim your space, demand that attention, and show the audience that you want to be there and that you deserve their attention. You have to make them look before you can make them listen. The more you get into your show and get caught up in the moment and enjoy it, the more likely the audience is to get caught up in the moment and to follow you on that journey through your show and to share the experience with you. So remember that they're all looking to you to set the pace for your live show. So what comes first? Audience energy or artist energy? I say the artist energy. Even with rock legends, the energy comes from the stage first. No matter how fired up an audience is to hear songs that they know by an artist that they love, nothing can still them quicker than a low energy performance. If you don't sell it, they can't buy it. So every show, your first job, your most important job, is to show an audience that you want to be on that stage and that you deserve to be there, that you deserve their attention. Never forget that. You may enjoy your songs and you may get caught up in singing them, and that's a wonderful thing because if you're believing it and getting it, they're believing it and getting it. But your energy, your overall show energy, is vitally important to your success in interaction with an audience. Performance energy is very often the difference between a successful, long artist career and a very short one. Our goal at Kim Copeland Productions is to help you be the best at what you want to do. If you've enjoyed this, check out some of our other articles and videos on our website, kimcopelandproductions.com. I'll see you again soon.